Greetings, it's me, Len. Today is December the 10th, 2020, which means it is my 50th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Today for my birthday, I thought it would be fun to scan through some of my old journals, which date back to 1981, and look for any funny or interesting stories that I may have mentioned relating to my past birthdays. As always, I'll also include personal photos and videos that are connected to any of these stories. Today is my 50th birthday, and I even brought a copy of my birth certificate just to prove that this is real. Take a look at this ancient document. My birthday. That's me. Mom and Dad. Take a look at this primitive thing. It's some sort of birth certificate card. I used to pack this thing around in my wallet when I was a kid. So how does it feel physically to be 50 years old? I can only speak from my own experience, of course, but so far I've been super fortunate in that I don't have any physical problems or health issues to speak of. I don't have any prescriptions or take medications of any kind, and I basically feel the same as I did when I was 20, 30, and 40. The one thing I can report that has definitely changed for the worse over the last couple of years is my vision. Basically everything within 2 feet of my face looks like this. And the thing is you don't notice how bad your eyesight sucks until you put on a pair of glasses and then get total clarity. Oh my God. Then when you take them off, you realize that you're f***ed. You're totally f***ed. A few days ago, I was thinking about my upcoming birthday, and then a terrifying realization hit me. At some point, I'm going to start getting offers from AARP and other senior citizen type stuff coming in the mail. Like the same kind of magazines and stuff I would see sitting on the end tables in my grandma and grandpa's house, and I'm just not ready for that. And then, literally the very same day, this showed up in my mailbox. I've resisted opening this so that you and I could open it together on my birthday. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What? Oh, what? No, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. The thing about this that makes this even worse, that is adding insult to injury, is I can't read any of it without glasses. This, no. No. Okay, enough of this nonsense. Let's take a look in journal number 1. Today is December 2nd, 1983, and my birthday, Len, is 8 days away. And on my birthday, I'm getting a box. Cassette, recorder, radio. Here's a drawing. I got this little cassette player for my 13th birthday, and I remember that I was really excited about it because the speakers could come off, and then it transformed into a bookshelf stereo system as seen here in my backyard clubhouse. Today is December the 11th, 1984. Happy birthday, Seth. Yesterday was my birthday, December 10th. It sucked. It was great at school, but it sucked at home. Oh well. In December of 1984, my dad was still drinking heavily, and believe me, by that point in the 80s, he was rarely any fun when he was drinking, which I'm guessing is why I said my birthday sucked at home. I probably had a great time with my friends at school, then came home to find my dad hammered. But December of 1984 was also when my dad finally went to rehab, and I'm happy to say he's been sober ever since. Journal number 2. Friday, December 11th, 1987. Yesterday was my birthday, 17 years old, and it was pretty cool, but something weird happened. I was at home by myself after school, and these 2 older girls from my school stopped by out of nowhere. They've never come over before, and they brought me a cupcake for my birthday. Then they asked me to take off my shirt and put on this white tank top that they had with them that was way too small for me. After that, they pulled out a big black marker and wrote SEX in big letters on the chest of the tank top. Then they pulled out some kind of perfume and sprayed a little bit on me, and then took out a really expensive looking camera and took a few pictures of me. Then they asked for the tank top back, said happy birthday, and left with no explanation. I'm so fucking confused. Good night, from Len. Here's a drawing of what I looked like. I don't know what to say about this other than it's been 33 years since those girls left me standing in my bedroom shirtless, confused, and smelling like perfume, and I still don't understand what happened that day. Ooh, here's something I just thought of that is not in any of my journals that has to do with my birthday. So this is an actual human skull. It was a chilly day in December of 1989 when two teenage girls showed up at my house carrying an actual human skull to give me as a gift on my 19th birthday. They said they had found it in a dilapidated old shack in the woods of Port Ludlow, Washington, and thought it would be a perfect gift for me. Which it was, because I immediately fell in love with the idea of possessing a real human skull. It had obviously been buried in the dirt for quite a while, but once it was all cleaned up, it was in absolutely perfect condition. Now, before you call the authorities or start researching missing persons cold cases, let me point out that this skull was formerly a medical teaching aid, as you can tell by the attached screws and jaw springs, the number written on it, and the removable top piece. It used to have a perfect set of teeth, but it was dropped numerous times over the years by people who suddenly freaked out when they realized they were holding an actual human skull. Also, in the 1990s, when I was playing in a band, our practice room was decorated with hair metal posters, weird toys, masks, and other assorted nonsense, so it seemed appropriate that we would also have a candlelit altar with a real human skull. Problem was, it was so loud in there that the vibrations would constantly send my beloved skull bouncing onto the floor, where it would lose even more teeth and the top would go sailing. Eventually, I secured the top with the masking tape that you see here, which has remained for over 25 years. I've had this treasured item on display in most every place I've lived since it was given to me on that chilly day of my 19th birthday. Speaking of my 19th birthday, my roommates and I threw a party to celebrate it, and the video of that party is, at the time of this recording, my most viewed YouTube upload so far. I've spotted scenes from that party used in tons of indie music videos, and people are constantly sending me links to random TikToks that have used clips from it. My 19th birthday party also shows up in the HBO Max documentary Class Action Park, and yes, I did give them permission. I did not, however, give permission to the dumbass LED lighting company that used some of my birthday video in one of their dumbass commercials. Those guys can suck donkey. What's funny about that video is that I sometimes get comments from dudes, usually around my same age, saying, "This party is lame. Me and my bros partied way harder than this. Nobody's even doing any drugs." Funny thing is, there was actually quite a lot of illicit drugs and assorted debauchery caught on tape that night, but in the weeks that followed the party, it was all erased from the original VHS tape by the guilty persons involved, fearing it could fall into the wrong hands. That's why the video cuts to static in so many places. Probably my favorite moment in that whole video was when I was filming my friend Derek as a group of people were about to do a bunch of drugs in his bedroom. I pan over and film them ingesting the substances right after Derek says,
"It's a sad story, but it's true. It's a story that needs to be told."
The drugs doing part was erased from the original VHS tape, of course. But if you pause the video before the cut, you can see an unconscious person laid out behind Derek's left shoulder. And off to Derek's right, you can just barely spot someone handling a bag of mysterious white powder. I point this out to say, hey, look kids, your parents were just as bad as you are. Okay, that was highly irresponsible of me to say. Moving on. December 13th, 1992. Last night, Saturday, we had a party for my 22nd birthday at the property below Jeremy's. After the party, and came to my dad's place because they said they had a birthday surprise for me. They had me take my shirt off and lay down, then they blindfolded me and tied my hands together. After this, they took turns giving me hickeys on my chest and stomach. When they were done, they untied me, and I see that they had written "Happy Birthday" in hickeys. Then nothing happened after that, and now I look like a f***ing leper. What the hell is going on? From Len. At this time, I was living at my friend Jeremy's, and back behind his house there was this lower lot where we were going to have my 22nd birthday party. I was also going to be house sitting my dad's that weekend, and these two girls asked to stay there with me on the night of the party. They also asked that I don't let anyone else come with us because they had a very special surprise for me. My phone conversations with these girls in the weeks leading up to my birthday had me convinced that this was going to be a threesome. But as you now know from my journal entry, that was not the case. Don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed their gift. It's just that 22-year-old me was a little bit sad that it wasn't the three-way makeout session he had been dreaming of. Okay, next. Sunday, December 29th, 2002. A few weeks ago we had a birthday party for me here, 32, and BONO showed up and rocked the house. BONO? BONO?
So here we are, my birthday party. Bono's in the house. The crowd is getting unruly because they want to stop race here. Oh man.
You got
Monday, December 10th, 2007. Saturday night, I went bar hopping with friends around San Diego for my birthday, and it was super fun. Brought my video camera along, but I got too tipsy and forgot to turn it on and film anything. Oh well. Before I continue with this one, a little bit of backstory. There was a dude I would sometimes hang with that I referred to simply as my attorney, because when partying with him, he often reminded me of the Dr. Gonzo character from the book and film Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. At one point, my attorney showed up and started to get crazy and got booted out of the bar we were at. I told the door guy that I was making a documentary about my attorney, I'm not, and asked if he would tell me on camera why he was getting kicked out. So I guess I did film one thing that night.
Yeah, look, for like the past 10 minutes, he's been assaulting waitresses, touching their bottom half. The bartender, he's calling him a fat pig. You know, I just gotta tell you, you gotta do something or I'm about to call the cops.
Alright man, I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry, dude.
Then, since he was going to have to leave, my attorney said he wanted to go get some whores. Translation, find a prostitute.
And we have to get some whores tonight.
At that point, asked if he could use my camera to go with him and film. They drove around for a while, but had no luck. I'm guessing that a dude crouching in the back seat with a video camera was probably a pretty big red flag alerting sex workers to stay away. Meanwhile, the rest of us were able to secure a table at a pretty bougie club downtown. At one point, I was feeling like I was definitely going to vomit, but the lines to the bathrooms were way too long and I knew I'd never make it. So I held it in for as long as I could, and then, at this perfect moment, everyone at the table was transfixed by someone on the dance floor, and I snatched an empty pint glass that was on our table and puked into it, perfectly filling it up to the top. And no one saw me do it. Then I slid it back into the cluster of empty and half-full glasses on our table and quietly moved on with my life. About 10 minutes later, one of my friends picked it up and said,
"What the hell kind of drink is this?"
Then she sniffed it and said,
"Oh my god, that's vomit!"
For the rest of the night, everyone was trying to figure out where it had come from. It was perfect. Happy birthday to me. Wednesday, December 10th, 2008. Today is my birthday, and I got myself a burrito to go from my favorite Mexican restaurant and some Coronas, and now I'm about to feast. Last weekend, I went out and raged for my birthday. Nothing too crazy, though. Also last week, some friends at work made me some tank tops as a gag gift that say I made out with Len and all I got was this stupid shirt to give to girls I hook up with. Hilarious! Also, I'll be driving up to Washington on December 21st for the holidays. Peace out. At this time, I was single, living by myself, and being a pretty big slut. I was working at a graphic design and print shop, and at this place we had a big press for silkscreening t-shirts. My birthday was coming up and the boss happened to be out of town, so as a gag gift, some of my fellow employees printed up a batch of ladies' tank tops with this phrase on the front to give out to girls I hooked up with. Of course, nobody thought that I'd actually give them out, so I was like,
Challenge accepted.
Later, I started taking photos of some of these girls with the shirts and posting them on my MySpace profile. This was back when MySpace was still a thing, of course. Basically, I was trolling my followers to see what kind of comments I might get, and the response totally shocked me. January 27th, 2009. Just to be ridiculous, I've been giving those birthday shirts to girls I hook up with. Then, if they're into it, taking artsy photos and putting them on my MySpace. Identities kept secret, of course. I thought for sure I'd get angry comments, but instead I get messages from random girls wanting to hook up with me and get a shirt. Insane! But I'm not mad about it. Here's a photo. Later, Len. This type of online silliness and slutty behavior continued for about a year until I finally deleted my MySpace account forever and, soon after, met my girlfriend. December 13th, 2011. My birthday fell on a Saturday this year, and April threw a party for me at the Uptown Pub. It was so fun. Wish I would have remembered to bring the video camera though. While April and Juliet were getting everything ready at the Uptown for the party, a few people came over to the house to pre-funk with me. Max made me some shot glasses out of chunks of wood. They were untreated though, and the alcohol made the wood literally split in half like a day later. It was a killer birthday though. Bye, Len.
It's like, I gotta get back to the stage. It's like, you motherfuckers are crazy, right? The drilling and the
You're really making my birthday very special.
would go one way and everyone...
Yeah, it is 2 fluid ounces.
December 10th, 2015. Today is my 45th birthday. Super weird. Hanging at home right now, getting ready to go to work. Been working at Light in the Attic Records for just over a year. This was when I was working at the record label Light in the Attic Records, which was such a fun time. I especially enjoyed Friday afternoons when the boss would buy some booze and let us hang out, drink, and listen to records. And that is the final mention of my birthday in my journals, since I was never one to write in them consistently. Thank you for joining me on this trip down my birthday memory lane. Really wish I was going to be out somewhere raging with friends in a non-COVID world like the old days. Don't know at this point what tonight will look like for me. Could look like this. Or could look something like this. I won't post the video until 20 years from now though, when 2020 becomes retro. If Instagram is still around by then, you can follow me for updates. And now, I'm going to start my day off right, with a Bloody Mary, and we'll see what goes down. Peace!